A little motivation for you. A little motivation for you. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your girl Tiffany. Welcome back to Tips Tuesdays live rehash. Now, I know you're wondering, in case you haven't been keeping up with us, it's Monday. It's not Tuesday. This is an exclusive episode of season 9. So, welcome to Tips Tuesdays live rehash, the exclusive one of the exclusive episodes, and I'm excited to bring my girl back to the stage with us. If you watched last season, yeah, you missed it, but you can always go back and replay that episode too. So we are going to bring back to the stage Miss Keylosophy. There we go. You got your mic on now. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you? It's always
I am amazing. I'm excited for this episode right here. As I stated, we brought you in the last season. We had our women's panel.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and it was an episode that you did not want to miss. So, but yes, welcome. It's Tips Tuesdays live rehashed. If you are tuning in right now, go ahead, share the episode out. All right. So if this is your first time watching Tips Tuesdays live rehashed, this is a spinoff of my podcast, Tips Tuesdays. Why did I name it a tongue twister like that? I don't know, but it stuck. You know what I mean? So, Tips Tuesdays is a podcast where we bring inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. And the spinoff is where we bring the guest in to give the different perspective on the inspirational topics that I talk about on the audio podcast. So, if you're just tuning in, that's what Tips Tuesdays is. Make sure you like, follow, share, subscribe, all things. We on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. All right. So go and follow Tips Tuesdays. And we're gonna go ahead and start with our announcements because that's what we do. All right, here we go. Announcement time. It's announcement time. It's time for those announcements. Announcement time. It's announcement time. It's time for those announcements.
Mr. Mixer got it lit.
Gotta get to the paper, yeah, you know I'm getting it. Gotta keep the grind so strong, yeah, you know I'm feeling it. Been in the state too long, gotta go and get it. I'm committed, I'm so with it. Gotta get to the paper, yeah, you know I'm getting it. Gotta keep the grind so strong, yeah, you know I'm feeling it. Been in the state too long. Make me more like you.
Make me more like you. I don't wanna sing just a pretty song. like you.
You've been going through some things, been through heartaches and pains. You gotta know that God is there through the fire and the rain. You've gotta keep your head up when life is tough. You've gotta keep your head up. Don't give up. You should walk by faith and not by sight.
You will know that everything will be. Y'all make sure y'all go and stream that. That's Walk by Faith, Like You. There's some more songs on there. Go and stream all music on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Use some of the sounds for your content that you may put on social media. Just go and stream it up, stream it up, stream it up. We're working on getting back in the studio and everything like that. But until then, y'all go and stream that music for me. Also, if you would like to book me for any gigs or anything like that, here's my booking information. I'm a singer, songwriter, podcaster, graphic designer, digital DJ, voiceover, background vocals, and features. Go to everythingtiffany.com and hit your girl up. Hit your girl up if you need me. Back to that graphic design I create designs for flyers, banners, whatever you got going that you need something designed. Keylosophy, she know a little bit about what I do and has
Hmm.
experienced my work. Also, if you need a digital DJ, I'm your girl. Hit me up, hit me up. And that tonight is your announcements. I'm sure there's some other stuff. I'll think of it during the show. But y'all definitely follow, share, like, and subscribe the podcast for sure. We've been giving out more content this season. You're watching some of that extra content right now. And I would like to keep doing it bigger and bigger, and it gets gooder and gooder each season. So um, like all things, tips Tuesdays. All right. So, philosophy,
My girl.
reintroduce yourself to the people.
Well, I am a Stellar and Dove considered uh, CHHGHH national recording artist. I have been doing music literally. I've been writing ever since I was 10, but been in this now 3 years, and in the last 3 years, God has done some tremendous things, especially in the last year. In this year, actually, it's just like everything took off. So, yeah, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, rapper, MC, preacher. I do quite a bit myself. Amen. But above all things, I'm a servant. I'm a servant of the Lord in any capacity.
Yes, yes. We met at the Musical Love Awards. We met at the Musical Love Awards. Um, and she kind of spoke some things to me, and I think ever since then we've just been connected. So I'm excited that God crossed our paths for us to be in this moment right now. So yeah, and then you got nominated this year for Music Glove Awards too.
Yes, 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 absolutely, yes,
Yes, what category?
girl. To be honest with you, it's
Don't
been,
you remember?
no, because to be honest, it's been so many, and so trying to keep up.
Yes, it has. I've been watching you, girl. I've been watching. I'm
It's been
like, look at him.
it's been a little bit difficult to keep up with all of them. So,
Yes, yes, but you are nominated. I don't get to see you this year, but um, yeah,
of course,
but
I
that's
did.
okay. That's okay though.
Nah, actually, this year is my daughter's getting married, and
Oh, congrats.
so that's where I will be.
Congrats. Hey, that's a good reason not to be there. For sure. Yes, yes. Well, I'll have fun for you at the Music Level Awards. So, um, we've been talking about the music love awards. It's coming up next month. Let me go ahead and post it in there so y'all can see that music love awards information right there at the bottom of your screen. If you have nothing to do, August 28th and 29th, the musical love awards will be happening. I will be there also. I was nominated for songwriter of the year, and I'm excited about that. Last year we took home podcast of the year, so we're looking forward to taking songwriter of the year also. But to also just be there in the presence of the Lord, because it's always a time to be had when you go to the music love awards. I think this is my third year, and after the first year I was like, oh yeah, I'm coming back. So, um, all right, so we are going to get into some inspiration. Before we get into that, if you are in live right now, let me know where you are watching from, whether it's YouTube, Facebook. Let me know if you know, what state you looking from too. I want to see what my audience is like. All right. So, like I said, Keylosophy knows the itinerary of the show. Well, not the itinerary of the show, but she know how the show go. And we're gonna go to our wheel and pick our first topic. And then after that, we're gonna freestyle from there because it's an exclusive episode. I try to do it a little different than just the regular episodes. So let's see what our wheel is talking about tonight, this evening. It ain't quite tonight just yet. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right. Purpose in the pain. Purpose in the pain. I'm gonna just let you go with this one first, and we just gonna have a conversation.
So when I think about the purpose in um the purpose, so sometimes pain for me has been what has pushed me closer to God. When I think about him, him, she was always being provoked by her adversary. And I was reading one day that her adversary would always um uh antagonize her when she was getting ready to go into the house of worship. And so as long as she focused on the pain, she was complaining, she was crying, she would eat. But the moment that she allowed the pain to push her to God, who was the one who was able to not only ease her from the pain, but to give her the miracle she was in need of, that's when everything turned around for her. So I often think about, children. Children, we don't like, but there is a purpose for the uh, is what pushes us to get into that position to deliver. And I remember one time I was in the living room and it was so intense and the pressure was so intense. And I said, please cut the baby out. I don't want to push. And the doctor said, you cannot deliver until you push. So
Mm,
so the next time you feel the pain, I want you to push against the pain. See, often we like to retreat, we like to pull away when we feel pain. But when he said push against the pain, because when you push against the pain, often what will happen is you'll push past it. David said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I got to keep walking because on the other side of this valley is promise. On the other side of this valley is overflow. On the other side of this valley is a prepared table. So I say the purpose in the pain is to push through it.
yes, yes. I was listening to a podcast earlier, and the thing that stood out was when she said that a lot of people, they know what God promised them, but they don't want to go through the process, you know. And that process sometimes is pain, sometimes is patience that we don't that we don't really want. It's waiting. That was the main topic that she was talking about, was waiting. And a lot of times in that waiting, we're like, God, where you at? He's right there. He's where he said he was. But you got to go through the process of whatever it is, whatever promise that you're getting to. So I like when she said that. I was like, yeah, a lot of people we don't like the process. We don't want the pain. We don't want to feel uncomfortable. We don't like change. When things start changing, we start complaining. We complain before the change. you know. So either way, we complain or something changing. So we have to go through that process. We have to go through the pain. We have to go through the different things that we have to go through in order to get to that purpose, to get to that promise and things like that. So nobody said it would be easy. We like for it to be easy, but it's just not easy. When Jesus came to fulfill his purpose, it wasn't easy. I'm sure he probably was like, I don't know about this. It was times that well, I don't know if he almost said or did he say, Lord, like he thought about God taking that cup from him. He thought about it.
Said, if it's possible, please take it from me. Nevertheless,
Please,
no.
please.
Now listen, he had moments where like, if it's
And there was the human side of him.
another way, all
Is
right,
this another? Is there another way that you can do this? Because this ain't it. And that's how we are in the midst of our situations, that we have to go through whatever we're going through to pass whatever test we need to pass to get to whatever it is that we need to get to. Sometimes we're like, God, I don't know about this. I
I
don't know
love
about this.
I love you, but your children though, Lord.
Hmm. These people that you got me, your people that you got me over here surrounded by, we have those thoughts, and it's human. It's human. But you gotta push past all of that. You gotta push past that pain. And in order to push past that pain, you gotta get to know God a little more. If you don't already know him, try to get to know him. Do the things that are going to help you to get through everything in life. So read that word. Get more into your prayer life. When's the last time you talked to God?
Mm,
And I don't mean asking him for something. When the last time you talked to God? When's the last time he heard your voice?
right.
You know? So yes, push past that pain. There's purpose in that pain.
I just wanted to say I love when you mention about the process, right? Because we love the prophet. You know what I'm saying? When we're prophesied to, oh, you're gonna get a new car, you're gonna get a new house, you're gonna get married. We rejoice at the prophecy, right? And
Right.
we rejoice at the promise, the fulfillment of the prophecy, which is the promise. We love the prophecy and we love the fulfillment of the promise, but it's
Yep.
the process that we don't like. And so it makes me think about the children of Israel. The Lord promised them that He prophesied, He used Moses to prophesy to them that He was going to bring them into a land flowing with milk and honey, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in between their prophecy and the fulfillment of promise, they had to go through a wilderness. See, when they came out of Egypt, they were rejoicing. But then when they realized that, wait a minute, you didn't say nothing about us having to go through this wilderness now. You know what I'm saying? And what's a trip is an 11-day process ended up taking them 40 years
Man.
because they did not want to adhere to the process. You know what I'm saying? And so I did some studying about the wilderness. You think about it, they have been in bondage. They have been in bondage for 400 years. So you've been in bondage for 400 years. Now you expect to come out of a bad situation and go into a good situation with the same mentality.
Mm.
400 years. So if you've had this mentality for 400 years, you come out of this and then you want to go. This is like, oh, as soon as the divorce papers are done, you ready to go ahead and remarry. You are ready to go ahead and get a new relationship. Baby, you haven't even reached that. You know what I'm saying? All of those things that wounded you, all those things that hurt you, the bitterness, the unforgiveness, all that stuff is still in you. And so what the process often is, the process is that thing that conditions you. It see, because they left Egypt, but Egypt was still in them. And
Mm.
how we know that in them, because the moment that they didn't get what they wanted, they were quick to say, we were better off in Egypt. We were better off in Egypt. So they still had an Egypt mentality, although they were free. And so
Yes.
oftentimes the process is not to harm us. The process is to get Egypt out of you so that when God takes you to into your promise, you don't contaminate your promise with stuff from your past.
Okay.
You don't recreate a bad situation in a good place. Because if we don't allow that stuff to be purged out of us, and we don't allow healing and things like that to take place, which happens in the process, which
Yeah,
happens
most definitely. Yes, you definitely got to change that mindset going out of situations. And we've talked about this several times here on this episode, on the episodes of the podcast, that you got to change your mindset. You can't go in with the same mentality. You got to, and in order for you to get a new mindset, you got to do some work. You got to
absolutely.
do some work, and that's what people don't want to do. They don't want to do the work. So
Hmm.
then they go back to their being comfortable.
Hmm.
They don't want to change, you know. So, but until you get the want to change,
Yeah.
it's then that your mindset can change, and then it's then that the work begins for you to get past and get to where you're going.
Right.
Most definitely, most definitely. There's purpose in that pain. In it, yeah, yeah. God is working some things out in some people, and that's what their pain is. He working some things out, and yeah, whether you like it or not, it's like you got to go through it, or you're gonna stay where you are for sure.
You look, you remember that, song that we used to the little going on a bear hunt, gonna find a big one, can't go over it, can't go under it, can't go around it, you gotta go through it. And that's the thing. So many times we want to go around it, we want to go over
Mm,
it, under it, we want to do everything but go through the process.
yes,
But that's the only way that you're going to get to. And I love it that's the way that the Lord makes it. He said, listen, you have to go through this in order to get what I have for you,
yes,
otherwise you won't get it. And so it's really kind of like, how bad do you want it? You know what I'm saying? Because if you want it bad enough, you'll go through whatever is necessary, you know,
yes,
to get it.
most definitely. All right, y'all. So what's your purpose? What's your purpose, and what pain are you having to get through to get to their purpose? That's something that you need to think about. Am I actually working it out and getting through it to get where I need to, or have I just gotten comfortable? Am I okay with just being where I am? Which, if you are, that's your business. But if you want to elevate, then you got to put the work in. Got to put the work in. So, with that being said, I'm glad that was the one that we picked, because it goes with my question that I'm going to ask you. So before I ask you the question, if you're tuning in right now, go ahead, share, share, share. And then I'm also going to say that, some people catch the replay. If you're catching the replay, put hashtag replay in the comments. All right. All right. So what keeps you motivated to keep pushing towards purpose? And you can even tell us, like, your journey of your purpose and things like that.
Um, what keeps me motivated? And all right, so I'm gonna tell you this journey because yeah. So at one point I became very with the music, right? And it wasn't because of the music. but it was because I wasn't liking some of the things that I wasn't liking some of the representation that I was seeing. And I was a little bit like, I don't know if I want to be a part of this, right? And so I was like, I can gracefully bow out. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I've been on tour. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord said to me, He said, "Do you think? Did you call yourself into this?" And I said, "No." He said, "So how you gonna call yourself out of something you didn't call yourself into?" And I said, "But I don't like what I'm seeing, and I don't like some of the. I just don't like some of the stuff that I'm seeing. I want it out, you know." And I was like, "I did this, I did this, I did this." And he said, "What's the problem? Is you keep saying I." He said, "But I didn't bring." So with the industry, knowing my purpose, first of all, when you know why you do what you do, you know what I'm saying. So whenever I begin to get discouraged, I go back to my why. And so one of the things that um the Lord, he just really told me my purpose. My purpose in doing music is not just, to see how many albums I can sell, or how many people I can reach, how many shows I can do. My purpose, God said there's a lot of people in the industry who are making music for the masses. He said, but that's not your assignment. That's not your assignment. Your assignment is to minister to the minstrels. He said, I want you to minister to the people making the music. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they be going through too, and music is just their outlet, but they still trying to life out too. And so, just knowing that my purpose is so much bigger than me, and it's so much bigger than what I do, and it's so much bigger than who I you know. Even when I do a show, it's not about the show. It's about, okay, God, who is it that you want me to minister to? The Lord may not even, it may not be someone in the show. It may be like another musician. It may be someone backstage. You know what I'm saying? So because I know my why, it keeps me. So whenever I get discouraged, because you will get discouraged. Whenever I want to quit, yes, you will want to quit. You will ask yourself, is this worth it? Do I want? I mean, good Lord, if you in it for the money, you know what I'm saying, you'll be ready to quit real quick. But yeah, under when you know your purpose, your why is connected to your purpose. So whenever I feel myself getting discouraged or whatever, I just go back to my why. What is your why?
And that's a good question. What is your why? What is your why? That is good. That is good right there. Um, you know, singer to singer, artist to artist. Like you said, we get discouraged a lot, a lot. And one thing that keeps me going is just knowing what it is for me.
Mhm.
Um, but then also, you know, touching at least, I don't care if it's just one person
Mhm.
that my songs reach out to. But also staying unique in what I do, because a lot of people feel like they have to go with the trend. If it don't sound like this, then it's like, oh, that ain't popping.
That's
I
right.
I scroll on TikTok and there's like different people that'll listen to your music and critique it and things like that. And I was scrolling this particular day and I was like, let me send in some of my newer music and see what critique they would give me. And one of the critiques was like this, basically saying it sounds like old school, it needs to be more up to date, things like that. And at first I was like, well, I mean, like, you saying my music outdated? I don't know, whatever. But we can take critique like that and become discouraged. But I chose not to be discouraged because that's your opinion. That's what you feel. That's what you think. But I said that to say, keep being you, stay you. Be unique. Don't allow what's in to dictate your creative.
Right.
So in every aspect of any artist, just keep being you. If we were all sounding the same, looking the same, what's the
Make
point?
make us.
You wouldn't have different types of music. You wouldn't have different, you know, looks of everything. So just keep doing whatever you do. Don't let that bring you down. Everybody has their audience. Everybody has their selection of music that they like, things like that. Just keep doing you. As long as the message is doing what it's supposed to do, that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
You're
So,
absolutely right. If you think about the Bible, right? If you think about the Bible, you have Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They all experienced Jesus. They all they all have different accounts. They're gonna tell it from their account. Nobody's
mhm,
well, yo, John, why you writing it like this? And Luke said it was like this, and Mark said it was like this, and Matthew said it was like this. You know what I'm saying? They're giving
yes,
telling the story from their perspective, from what they saw. They all saw the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But each of them is telling it from their account. And so I've had the same thing happen as well. I've gotten the reviews and stuff like that. And yeah, at first you can feel a little bit like this, but then again, that's where you go back to your why. You know what I'm saying? If my why is okay, if it's about how many cells I can get, then yeah, maybe I will go with the trend. If
mm,
it's about how many how many people I can get to buy my music, then yeah, I will go with the trend. But when first of all, music, truthfully being told, music is just a tool that God used to get me here. You know what I'm saying? And so, um, I'm just gonna listen. The writers of the Bible, what did they do? It was God inspired.
mhm,
It's God inspired. My music is God inspired. And the thing about it is, my music, your music, it's not for everyone.
right,
So everyone will not like it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You don't like all the music that you hear. You can hear other Christian hip hop artists, even rappers, and be like,
yeah,
I'm not too fond of that. Does it
mhm,
mean you did it wrong? No, that's just not your taste. So
exactly,
understand is my music is not for everyone, but for the one who it is for, the ones who are called to me and the ones who I'm called to, that's all that it matters. That all. I'm not trying to reach the world. I'm not trying to reach the masses. I'm just trying to minister to the people who God has called to my voice.
exactly,
Tweak my voice to appeal to the people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to continue to do what God tells me to do, the way God tells me to do it. And like I said, I want to listen. He said if he be lifted up, he'll do the drawing. So I'm
exactly.
let somebody else tell me how to draw people. Nah, because then I'm trying to manipulate the system. I keep lifting up Jesus and let him do the drawing.
Right, right, right. Yes, yes. So, what's the purpose of your purpose? What's the purpose of your purpose? What's your why for what you do? For what you do? Yeah. So we're gonna do one more topic from the wheel because I'm loving the conversation. So here we go. Let's go on back to the wheel. Let's see. Keep going when they stop showing up. Oh man. Here we go. Keep going when they stop showing up. Keep going when they stop showing up. I'm sure there's probably been times that through your journey, the people that started with you, they might not be with you right now, as in motivational or just keeping you uplifted or whatever. So keep going when they stop showing up. What you got?
So keep going when they stop showing up again takes me all back to purpose. Because the thing is, you know what I'm saying? I think it was yeah, look, um my friend, I call him PT, Pastor Seven. Amen. He could
Yeah.
probably jump in here, but there was a time, right, where in the Bible it says if they were with you, they would have remained. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is I understand seasons. I understand seasons. And when you understand season, you understand that no season remains forever. And though you may want people to remain in your life, um, uh, seasons change, and they don't, and people leave for different reasons. Sometimes people stop showing up because life happened.
Mm-hmm.
There were times when I used to show up, and then when I lost my father, I ain't show up for nobody. I was just, and so somebody might have looked at it like, okay, I'm trying to be different, but nah, I'm grieving, and I don't want to contaminate everyone with what I'm going through. So
Yeah.
and sometimes people just outgrow you, and that's fine. That's fine. The reality of it is that it's very few people who gonna stick with us throughout the entire journey anyway. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
they keep going when they stop showing up. I learned this early, way before I got into music. I learned this when the Lord gave me the prayer line ministry. And the first thing that the Lord told me, He said, "I never want you to get caught up in the numbers." And this is how He told me. He said, "I never want you to get caught up in the numbers." And so there were times it was uh, um conference call, right? So there were times I would get on the conference call and God would be like, and He said, "I want you to minister the same way you would to a full room, even if it's just one."
Yes.
And let me tell you something. There were times that I got on and there were nobody that showed up. And God said, still minister. You want to know why you minister? Because you don't know who's gonna listen to the replay. You don't know, they could have been working, they could have had something going on, but when they listen to the replay, it can minister to them. So He said, I need you to give it your all, whether they show up or not, because you don't know how it's gonna minister to them later. And so when you understand, um, like in this industry, you know what I'm saying? Some do it to make sense, some do it for the fame, and some do it because. And with ministry, we know that it's not gonna always be the matter. As a matter of fact, Jesus ministered more one-on-one encounters than He did the mass. He had more
Mm-hmm.
encounters with individuals, and so I understand the purpose. It's ministry all day, and I'm gonna keep doing ministry, whether it's room full, whether it's crowd full, whether it's full, or whether it's just right now. I can't speak with all the people who are on, but we're ministering, not knowing
Right.
the fact that is happening on the other side of the.
Yeah. 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 I agree with you. I agree with you because just let's take for example the podcast. Starting out the podcast, um, I looked at the numbers. Like, ain't nobody watching this, But God was like, don't look at the numbers. Don't look at the numbers. And we're what season 9. We're season 9 in, almost 5 years later, and more people know about Tips Tuesdays. The people that are supposed to know, they know, and the people that will know later on, they'll know. But like you said, God said, don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about it. Do what you do, and you keep doing it with the same capacity, the same intensity, the same motivated way that you do it. Don't do it like nobody else. Do it like you do. So that was another thing. I'm like, man, okay, well, maybe I can tweak the podcast to make it look like this or look like that. And it's like, no, you do you. You do it the way that you do because that's what makes your podcast, you know. So in everything that you do it. I had a guest on here. She said, if I can't, what she said, if I can't do it 110%, I'm not doing it. So if you can't fully do it, then don't do it.
Mhm.
But whether it's 2 people on here or it's 20 people on here, it should be the same no matter what the amount of people is on here. So whatever it is that you do, whether it's podcast, singing, rapping, anything that you do, if it's ministry in church, because we know, every Sunday is not always a full house,
Right.
but we ain't showing up for God at the end of the day. But we know that some people they show up and show out when there's a lot of people,
Right, right, right.
But if you can't give 110, that's one thing that has stuck with me since that I think that was 2 seasons ago when she said that. I said, "Oh man," I said, "I'm running with that. If I can't give it my own, then I'm not doing it at all." You know. So we have to have that same mentality for everything that we do, and definitely for the things that we do for God, for sure, because we never know who's watching. We never know whose life we are going to impact. So you have to give it your all in everything that you do. And that's what you have to remember when you're out performing or whatever. And what some people don't realize is that we're not always our best, like feeling our best. And I'll tell people, I might be hoarse or something, but you know what? When I sing, it don't matter that I'm hoarse. I'm gonna get it out somehow, some way, and somehow, some way, my voice ends up better after I done sang. You know, so give it your all, give it your best. Keep going when they stop showing up. Like you said, you never know why people stop showing up. You know, so whatever the case may be, you just keep going.
Encourage you. Let me encourage you too, because I know you. Sometimes you might look and you be like, you know what? I see all these podcasts, and I see all these podcasts, and some of them have thousands of people, and maybe I should take a little bit from what they're doing and try to tweak it or whatever. Understand this: when you go to the supermarket, right, and you go down the bread aisle, you have Sunbeam, you have all these different types of bread, right? But guess what? They're not competing with each other
Right.
because the people who want Sunbeam are gonna come by Sunbeam. They don't care about Nature's Own. They want Sunbeam. So guess what? I don't care about how many different options people have. The people who are called to you are gonna come to you because you don't know why they come to you. Some people come to you because you don't change. Some people say, with everybody being the same, you know what I'm saying? What makes you different? And so sometimes your unique feature, it's so funny because I always wanted to close my gap, right? I always wanted to close my gap because I ain't like it. And you know what I'm saying? But I was told that that's your distinct feature. You know what I'm saying? Because most people, you know what I'm saying, want to have the straight teeth, want to have the
Hmm.
flawless skin, to want to have whatever, you know what I'm saying? But and even like I have like little dot moles, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'll try to cover them up. And the
Sure
lord
keep them.
the lord said to me, he said, listen, those things that you try to cover up, those things that you try to hide, those things that you try to straighten up so that it doesn't that it so it looks picture perfect. God said that's your distinct feature. You know what I'm
Hmm.
Everybody using filters. Can somebody take a picture with no filter? You know what I'm saying? Everybody want, you know what I'm saying? And so understanding that I'm not competing with no one. You're not competing with anyone. You know what I'm saying? Because we do it for an audience of one. You know what I'm saying? And so when you are comfortable with who you are and what God is giving you to do and what God has you doing, it doesn't matter who else is doing it because God made me unique. God made you unique. We were born original. So why die a copy? You know what I'm saying? When
Right.
you think about your fingerprint, when you do your fingerprint, no one else in this world has your fingerprint. You can have a twin and your twin have their own fingerprint.
Mm-hmm.
Made us, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. You know what I'm saying? We're unique for a reason. And so embrace that uniqueness, rock it out. Because there's a lot of people that aren't. And you would be surprised at people who would admire you for standing in your individuality. Because there's a lot of people that don't have the.
Yes, yes. It's funny you mentioned about the gap. I would, I said if I get braces and things like that, I said y'all can't close my gap. I want my gap. My gap it stays. Just fix what it don't like. The gap stays. But yes, yes, definitely being you and everything. I'm gonna continue to just be me.
Just
I
be you.
ain't nothing else I can do. I can't be nobody else. And that's the same for anybody that's watching. Can't nobody else be you. So guess what? Just be you.
You.
It's easy to be you. It's hard to
And
be somebody else.
love you. Because the problem is some of us don't love us. And then we get mad when people don't like about us the things that we don't like about ourselves. Oh, well, you don't love me. You don't love yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
love when you like you, then people will gravitate to that. Yo,
Yes.
I mean, yo, I love her confidence. It's not conceit, it's confidence. There's a difference.
Yes. Most definitely. Most definitely. I hope somebody's getting something out there in the virtual world, in the live world. I hope you are getting something from this episode. I hope that you are being inspired, motivated, and encouraged. I do want to remind y'all, we have a giveaway that's going to be happening next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is a travel giveaway. If you want to be a part of this giveaway, you only have to do one thing: purchase some merch from everythingtiffany.com. Purchase some merch from everythingtiffany.com. Every piece of merch that you purchase is your chance to win this travel giveaway, which all of the details will be given on the night of the giveaway and everything like that. So if you want to be part of the giveaway, go to everythingtiffany.com, get you some merch, support the podcast. So not only are you getting a chance to win something, but you are supporting the podcast. All right. So don't forget we have that going on. And we are at the end of the show. So we are going to go ahead and get ready to put those baskets in the comments.
It's time to give, 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 give from your heart, 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 heart. And if you like what you see, give from your heart, 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 heart. Say it's time to give.
All right, y'all. It is time to give. If you would like to financially give to the podcast, I guess I lost Keylosophy. But if you would like to podcast, this is your time to do so. And I'm gonna help you. If you would like to financially give to the podcast, please do so. The Cash App is right there at the bottom of your screen. I'll get Keylosophy back in here, but it is at the bottom of your screen. Tips Tuesdays. is the Cash App. And then if you would like to financially give a different way, you can hit me up at tipstuesdays at gmail.com. At gmail.com. Maybe you want to be a monthly financial sponsor of the podcast. Please hit me up if you would like to be a financial sponsor of the podcast. And you can choose to give however you want to give. No pressure. But if you would like to sow a seed in this ministry, I definitely would love for you to sow into Tips Tuesdays. I don't know. I guess we lost Philosophy. We'll get her back in here in just a moment. But I hope that this episode has inspired, motivated, and encouraged people today. Again, if you are watching this and this is the replay for you, make sure you hit hashtag replay. Hashtag replay. Let me know where y'all are watching from, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, where you are location wise. You ain't got to tell me your city, just tell me what state you are watching from so that I know what my audience is like and things like that. So, this is an exclusive episode of season 9. I've been giving y'all more content, and I hope that y'all have been loving the content. If you have been loving the content, remember to like, share, subscribe, follow. Whenever I post, y'all share it on out. Share it on out with people. We do not want to be hoarders of this inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. I guess we lost philosophy, but that's okay. It's been a good episode thus far. Y'all remember to tune in tomorrow night for Tips Tuesdays live Rehashed at 9 p.m. Central Time. We will have our guest Jonathan Coleman. He's been on the show before, and I am super excited for the conversation to see where the conversation goes. So if you're doing nothing, tune in tomorrow on Facebook and YouTube, 9 p.m. Central Time. Tell somebody else about the show. Share, share, share. Go to Facebook and share the flyer out to somebody else so that they can join us in the comments, because the comments is where it goes down. All right. And remember, go and get you some merch at everythingtiffany.com. We will be picking a winner next week, because next week will be the last episode of season 9. I think he lost me. He's trying to get back in, but I don't see her yet. Let me see. You there, Keylosophy? We get it back. But I hope that y'all had a great time for the episode, and I hope that you got something out of it. I hope to see you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Time. And until next time, I will see y'all. All right. Y'all have a blessed evening.
A little motivation.